What is going on, everyone? Dark here. Finally excited to bring you Halo 5 Guardians gameplay. And this was one of the first matches. I believe this is Slayer on Plaza. And honestly, I was just trying to get used to the game. I had played a few free-for-all games and of course Warzone. So this was, I think, my third or fourth game into the night. And I think I did pretty well considering that I was doing very poorly in the free-for-alls before this. So today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about Halo 5 Guardians, the feel, and how tough it is, and overall, my first impressions on the game as far as multiplayer. And for those who are wondering what I'm going to be putting out, I'm going to be putting out a lot of different things. Right now, I'm planning to play through the campaign on Legendary. I did play through it last night on Twitch with one of my cousins, Clutch Nuggets, and we were able to get halfway through it, and then I ended up finishing it on my own. But for the most part, I am planning to play through it again on Legendary just to get some achievements and to get some other unlockables as well. So first off, in Halo 5 Guardians, I really want to stress the point of how tough it is to shoot in this game and how different it is. It is still Halo, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, it plays completely different. I think somebody said it correctly where they said that Halo 5 is a little bit of every single Halo. You have pistol starts, so that's a little bit of Halo Combat Evolved. It has a little bit of Halo 2 as far as the weapon spawns and the spawning system within the game, and a little bit of Halo 3, of course, with just the way that it looks. So the real big thing to take away from Halo 5 Guardians multiplayer is it's going to take a little bit to get used to. This is something that I'm still working on even after a few games. I played a few more Warzone games last night after this match as well, and honestly, it's tough. It's hard to really play this game at the very best and at the top, so I'm really looking forward to playing this game more and more and just improving how well I shoot and overall trying to enjoy the game as well. And Plaza is definitely one of those maps that I would say you don't want to jump into right away. It is a map on the smaller side, but there is just so much going on in every single map. And for the most part, all the arena maps kind of have these different levels. So this map, for the most part, has one or two main levels and then a third level in which you can jump up to. As you can see there, I missed a jump. And power weapons. Power weapons are really important, but also pretty tough to use. It's very different. I want to say that this Halo sniping is a little bit tougher than Halo 3. Honestly, Halo 3, in my opinion, was the hardest to snipe in. But this one feels like maybe an in-between. Maybe it isn't harder to shoot than Halo 3, but there is just a lot less aim assist, and because of that, there's a lot less of a magnetic pull towards your opponents, and you'll see that. You'll see a lot of people miss their shots because of this reason. Even when you're zooming in, there's not that much of a magnetic zoom. There is bullet magnetism, but no reticle magnetism, or not as much of it. And one of the biggest reasons is that this game is actually played on dedicated servers. Thinking about it now, I think Halo 5 Guardians plays completely on dedicated servers. When you jump onto campaign, there is drop-in co-op, so your friend can join you whenever, and that is started up on a dedicated server. Custom games are started up on dedicated servers, and just everything in multiplayer is on dedicated servers. And this is one of the things that I want to emphasize, because it was launch night when I played this game. The game is flawless. I had no problems yesterday. I think the only problem I had was playing co-op campaign last night, but honestly, seeing that a lot of people were playing co-op campaign, I would imagine that most people would run into this problem. But in reality, it was kind of just like a quick error, and then it was fixed. So the real problem I ran into was it gave me a disconnect message from the co-op campaign that I was playing with my cousin last night, and after it gave me the error message, I quickly joined up back into his game. Unfortunately, I did skip a cutscene, but it's a very small cutscene that I did miss. But in reality, it wasn't that big of a deal for me. I kind of just jumped back in. He didn't start playing the mission without me. He didn't get through anything without me. I was just back in there, picked my character to play campaign through, and it was all right. One of the things that I have to be honest about that I kind of dislike about this game is to make the game run properly at 1080p resolution and 60 frames per second. They had to cut corners. They had to do certain things, and for the most part they work well. But one of the things that you'll notice, and if I see it I'll try and point it out, but if you guys look at your opponents, the models sort of move at 30 frames per second, and I think that's because they gave each character animation a frame rate of either 30 to 60 frames per second. So depending if you're close up or you're further away is depending on how the frame rate works. But even then, sometimes when you get up close, you'll see your opponent's character kind of choppy, I guess would be the best word to put it in, and it feels really weird. And I think that's my only dislike about it. As you can see there, you can see a little bit of it, but if you really pay attention to the other characters on the screen, sometimes you can see that choppiness, and that is because of that lower frame rate. Now, that is one of my dislikes about the game, but in reality, it doesn't really affect it that much. It's not like lag where sometimes you get shot around walls, so it's not that big of a deal. But it's more of an aesthetic, I think. And for the most part, it's one of the smaller things that I really don't like about the game. The next thing I want to talk about is how every single weapon on the map is like a mini power-up. The actual power weapons aside, and the power-ups, each weapon you pick up is different, it's used differently, and the balance is really nice on every single weapon. If you pick up a battle rifle, it's like a mini power weapon. Like I said, the light rifle is really good if you zoom in and hit your opponent 3 times, of course in the head with the last bullet. It is a 3-hit kill, so each weapon has their kind of niche use to it, and it's very useful to actually switch out a few weapons and pick up another one that you find on the map. And for the most part, the pistol start and the assault rifle start is actually really nice. I think the assault rifle is quite nice for those who are still trying to work on their aim but still want to be useful. And overall, I think the pistol is still really good. It can still fight up against some of those mini power weapons. On the technical side, the pistol is a 5-hit kill compared to the battle rifle is a 4-hit kill. But because the pistol has a little bit of a faster fire rate, if you get 5 perfect shots on your opponent, you can actually kill a tad faster than the battle rifle. So the battle rifle is still going to be a little bit on the outmatched side if somebody can use the pistol really well. And for the most part, it's really cool to be able to jump into a game and not be really good at the game. It's something different to jump into a game, realize that you're not as good as you thought you were, and actually have to work your way up the ranks once again. And I think Halo 5 Guardians has done it really nicely. Honestly, I'm just really excited about playing this game multiplayer-wise and streaming it and doing all that good stuff. And of course, for those looking for campaign, like I stated earlier, I will be playing through Legendary and hopefully getting to that sometime up by the end of this week. But overall, that is pretty much all I really have to say. First impressions is Halo 5 Guardians is exciting, it is tough to play, and it is going to take a lot of time to get really good at this game. So for those who own Halo 5 Guardians, what do you guys think about the game? Are you more inclined to play Arena or Warzone? I know that I actually personally enjoy Arena. That's just the way I've enjoyed Halo for a very long time. But I'm also excited to play Warzone with a few friends whenever they jump on, as it is a 12v12, so you can get a big party going. Let me know in the comments. I really want to talk to you guys a little bit about this. And as always, I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for a lot more Halo 5 Guardians content, and I will see you guys next time.